Day, desert dwellers. A huge shout-out to all our legendary Aussie fans tuning in from down under. Your accent might be different, but your passion for the Arizona Cardinals is exactly the same. Before we dive into this massive bombshell that's just rocked the NFC West, you know the drill. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell, because today we're delivering expert-level content. The wait is finally over, mates. The desert has a new gaffer, and he's coming in with the DNA of one of the sharpest minds in modern NFL history. The Arizona Cardinals have officially signed Mike LaFleur, the former Los Angeles Rams offensive coordinator, as their next head coach. This 5-year deal isn't just a bit of paperwork, it's a clear statement that the franchise is done with being average and wants to rebuild its offensive identity from the ground up. At 38 years old, Mike LaFleur is stepping out from Sean McVay's shadow to prove that the family name, already famous in Green Bay thanks to his brother Matt, is strong enough to build a proper dynasty in Arizona. But what does this actually mean for Kyler Murray and the boys? It means the era of defensive experiments is dead and buried. Now, the focus is on explosion, creativity, and the sheer efficiency that saw the Rams top the league stats in 2025. It's no secret in the States, if you've grabbed a coffee with Sean McVay in the last 5 years, you're basically guaranteed a head coaching interview. Mike LaFleur is the latest fruit from that coaching tree that's been dominating the league. However, he's not just another golden boy. He brings a rare hybrid background, having worked under Kyle Shanahan, the master of the run game, and McVay, the genius of 11 personnel and crossing routes. This blend of philosophies is the holy grail of modern footy. In Arizona, LaFleur's mission is to implement a system based on the illusion of complexity, making different plays look identical at the start to confuse the defense and open up massive passing windows. For a fan base that suffered through a stagnant and predictable offense lately, bringing in an architect of this caliber is the biggest win the 2026 season could ask for. To understand the future, we've got to look back at the journey. Mike LaFleur's path hasn't been all smooth sailing. Between 2021 and 2022, he went through the absolute ringer with the New York Jets. Dealing with an unstable young QB and a chaotic setup, Mike was the fall guy for an offense that didn't take off. But as we say in sports, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Returning to McVay's side at the Rams in 2023 was a massive turning point. He wasn't the main play caller in LA, but his influence on the pass designs and the development of stars like Puka Nacua was massive. By 2025, the Rams finished as the #1 offense for points and yards, the first time the club hit that double top since the greatest show on turf days back in 2001. That's the Midas touch Cardinals owner Michael Bidwill is desperate to see in Glendale. If you're a tactics nerd, get your notebook out. Mike LaFleur's offense stands on 3 main pillars: the wide zone run to stretch the defense sideways, the play-action pass to freeze defenders before launching deep, and positionless football using versatile players who can line up anywhere. Imagine Kyler Murray, a QB with elite wheels, operating in a system that uses bootlegs as a primary weapon. In recent years, Kyler looked stuck in a system that forced him into static reads. Under LaFleur, we expect to see a much more dynamic Murray, attacking the edges and using the gravity of Marvin Harrison Jr., who, after a rocky rookie year plagued by injuries, should finally come good under a passing game master. The Arizona Cardinals are a club starving for glory. Since that Super Bowl run in 2008 and the NFC Final in 2015, the team has been on a proper roller coaster of false hope. Sacking Jonathan Gannon after a dismal 3-14 campaign in 2025 showed the board's patience had finally run out. By hiring LaFleur, Arizona becomes the last team to fill their head coaching vacancy in this 2026 cycle. It was a surgical move. In a division with geniuses like Kyle Shanahan and McVay, the Cards knew they couldn't bring a knife to a gunfight. They needed an offensive specialist who knew the rivals' secrets from the inside. LaFleur has faced San Fran and Seattle twice a year for the last 3 seasons. He knows exactly where the cracks are. The news hit the NFL corridors instantly. In LA, the loss is felt deeply. Sean McVay now has to fill the hole left by his right-hand man. The strongest name to take over as Rams OC is Nate Scheelhaase, the current pass game coordinator who's already being scouted by teams like the Browns. Over in Arizona, there's a sense of cautious optimism. Inside sources say LaFleur has already started building his support crew, focusing on assistants who bring a detail-oriented teaching style. GM Monty Ossenfort noted that Mike's intelligence and clear communication were the clinchers during the interview. In a young locker room going through a rebuild, the ability to teach the why is just as vital as the how. LaFleur's biggest asset in Arizona is the raw talent on hand. While the squad has gaps on defense, ranking 29th in points allowed in 2025, the offense has pieces that are a coordinator's dream. Trey McBride set records for tight end catches last season, and the Murray-Harrison Jr. connection is seen as the future of the league. LaFleur will have to manage the cap, especially with veterans like Buda Baker taking a big hit. But the initial focus will be the 2026 draft, where the Cardinals hold the 3rd overall pick. With a new offensive-minded boss, the talk has already started. Will Arizona beef up the O-line to protect their investment or go for an elite defender to balance the books? Mike LaFleur isn't just a big-name signing, it's a total shift in thinking. He brings the winning culture of elite organizations and the hunger of someone who's waited his whole life for this crack at the top job. For our fans in Australia and across the globe, the message is clear. The Redbirds are ready to fly high again. Get ready for an aggressive, modern, and most importantly, competitive offense. Welcome to Arizona, Coach LaFleur. The desert is ready for your revolution.